Hi everyone, this is Ember here for fighting the world every single day. So today we're talking about if clouds were cotton candy. So most trying to figure out new topics, and I found this one, and it sounds like it's a really interesting one. If clouds were cotton candy, I feel like if clouds were cotton candy, the world would be, or the entire planet would be completely different, because that just means there's a lot more sugar in the air and sky, and wouldn't that just change our entire system? Like our we would just have more water, sugar pretty much the entire time. Like, how would that biologically change us if we're just sugar water the entire time? Would we melt, or would we get really stiff if we're in the sun? Like, this is like a scientific point of view of it. I at least. Uh, yeah, I think it would just be a really interesting way to try to dissect and see how our chemistry would change completely, and it would be a wild experience to see, because if it gets way too sunny, is are all this just gonna be crystallized or melted? Are we already burned off sugar as it is, but if it just suddenly happened, like the clouds just turn into cotton candy, would we also become more diabetic in a way for like a long period of time, then slowly turn back into like us being able to process it over a long period of time? Wild concept right there. Uh, I mean, if they did, what flavor would if they did? What flavor do you think the cotton candy clouds would be? I mean, norm. Well, white would probably be, I guess, neutral, no flavor, unless they're pink, which is normal cotton candy flavor. Uh, then there's like blue, red, yellow, like lemon, blue raspberry, not real flavor, made up by scientists, not a real thing. Uh, uh, Pink lemonade, lemon, lime. Don't know who would make lime, but uh, oh, don't get that wrong. I love blue raspberry, even though it is a made up flavor. I mean, it's a wild thing. Look into the history of it. Uh, Unbelievable. Like, what are gray clouds going to be tasting like? What are the like charcoal? That's going to taste terrible. It's not great at all. I feel like that would just be the grossest one. Charcoal flavor. I mean, I know people already brush your teeth with it, but I don't think that's going to be. Well, maybe that could be a factor too. Like if it's a different type of like cotton candy like material. Well, I guess the sugar wouldn't help that. Could rain clouds are gonna be weird. That's gonna be strange. The rain clouds going back to like what really uh, uh, sweet water coming from the sky and completely making everything sweet. Bugs are gonna be everything. Ew, everything's gonna be sticky. I just thought about this. Everything's gonna be sticky. It's gonna be impossible to walk anywhere. Everything's sticking. It's bugs are gonna be everywhere because there's gonna be overabundance of them eating from just the sugar water in the entire thing. So, and you'd have to like dilute the water so you can actually not have so much sugar in it and be able to drink it. Oh man, this one's just boggling my brain. I don't know what your opinions on it are. What do you think they were going to be like? What flavors of cotton candy would you prefer? Would you prefer the darker clouds? Would you prefer the extremely light, white, fluffy clouds? Would you prefer blue, pink, plink? Why did I say plink? Huh. The I don't know. I think it'd be a really interesting way of seeing stuff. So why are not what exactly would doing that cause the entire world to be like? What would that be for everyone? That's honestly a really terrifying opinion or terrifying idea. Like, how much of our atoms are going to change? Our kidneys are going to be destroyed from all the sugar. Yeah, don't get kidney stones. They suck. I've had a few. They're not fun. Drink water. Drink a lot of water. Don't overdo. Don't drown yourself with the water. That's going to be the terrible part no one really tells you about. You can actually drown yourself without even uh, being submerged in water. You can just keep drinking water. Hooray! Let's change that subject back to the original thing. Would cotton candy just fly from the sky? Like oh, when it starts getting foggy, then what? We're just gonna be in like a giant like cobwebs of sky that are just like, because it's gonna be like a spider web in a way, where it would just be people trying to drive through it and just all of it sticking to the car. So all of it will just be a giant mess of people getting caked by cotton candy and turning the webs into, or yeah, pretty much cotton candy web. It would just be everywhere. It would just be floating on top. Like trees are gonna look spooky. Like it's gonna be like when people TP trees and stuff, or just put giant, or like the times when spiders take over entire trees. I think it'll just look like that. That would be terrifying. There's gonna be like a weird blanket of cotton candy everywhere. When it snows, how's that gonna work? Is it just gonna be frozen sugar? It's gonna be slippier. It's gonna be bunched up. Throwing those at each other is gonna hurt a lot more than snow. But well, ice can be pretty hard. So probably not do that. Might take out someone's eye. Uh, wow, there's a lot to consider with this. I never even think about that. What are tornadoes gonna be looking like? Just giant cotton balls flying around in a giant circle, just devout, like sucking up everything and getting stuck inside of it, or is it just too dense for it to actually form a tornado with it? Like, I can understand the concept of like it being too hot and melting, but when it's a windstorm or hurricane or something, well, I guess a hurricane will just wash out a lot of it, but then you get the colors. The water's going to turn colors. This is like a doomsday situation that no one really expects. So any evil scientists out there want to try to figure out how to turn clouds into cotton candy, that is gonna be a wild thing to try to try to fix, try to stop. Huh? Never thought about that. Like I said, this is a really interesting question. There's so many possibilities of going with this thing. I'm just having to draw a blank right now because I can't think of any more situations for it. Jeez, ships? What are ships gonna do? Like they're gonna be out in sea, just getting stuck, or how are we gonna move ships if all of it's just caked with sugar? I mean, I guess there's salt water, but then would it be like sugary salt water? Just make more crystallized candy everywhere. Entire like lakes are covered in these crystallized sugar, which would be kind of cool, honestly, to see that. I've, sorry, I had a yawn. Sorry, I was yawning. Yeah, like the like crystal caves and stuff are just rock candy now. That'd be kind of cool to see. And they're like, oh, I can actually eat these. Nom, nom, nom. Find out there's 3 bugs in it. Great. Now I've eaten bugs. This the premise is very fun. I think it's all I have the opinion of. I would love some answers for these random questions, random ideas, like how anything of this would change. I found a pen somehow, so I started using it as a pointer. If you have any questions, any answers, leave them in the comments down below. I'm Ember, and this is me versus the world. And, oh, not what I was trying to do. And remember, oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember to smile as big as your heart. Or the little heart. You can do a little heart too. All right. Until the next one. All right. Bye.